Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Doom Productions podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, and today I am joined by my other two co-hosts, Ethan and Zach.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Zach.
Welcome back, guys.
Thanks. It's good to be back. Sorry we've stuck you on podcast duty for the last 2 weeks.
It's all right. I don't mind it. How has life been? How's everything been
You know,
for you two?
I'm back from COVID, better and stronger than ever before. Unstoppable.
Nice.
But yeah, other than that, life's good. It's summer finally.
Yeah.
We're enjoying the nice part of Portland weather. We're over the hill, I guess, in terms of like we're past the gloom.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And that helps. Getting that vitamin D in the skin, it's nice.
Very true. Zach, how's life been treating you?
Oh, work is starting to get back up again, so that's good. Just a lot of, I guess, preparation for the summer and
Yeah.
what all we and other people are doing. So.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think 2 weeks ago or 2 episodes ago, we did a solo because you had COVID,
Yeah.
right? Last week,
It was
I
just
think
logistical.
just
'cause
logistics.
We didn't meet in person.
that's right. We met over Zoom, and so we didn't have our in-person meeting as per usual. And so I went off and I recorded an episode on my own, and now it's the three of us. And as promised, we have some news. We have some big things to discuss.
Yeah.
They haven't listened to the episode yet. Ethan and Zach.
We're slacking.
It's okay. Well, it's not even out yet. We're recording this on a Thursday.
It comes out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So we're recording this like a week in advance.
So for the context, it's the 23rd right now.
yeah.
This episode that we're recording won't come out until
Whatever that next day is.
June,
It's
July
the
1st.
July 1st.
July 1st.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
Oh, yeah.
clean date.
That's a good date. So last episode, or the episode, oh my goodness.
We're getting bombarded with
Oh my
texts
gosh.
here.
The people, they want to know. Is there airplane mode on the iPad?
I think so.
There is.
Should be,
okay.
yeah. There you go.
There we go. I don't know how to get my
It'll
sound
still
off
go
on
through
the
if you're
iPad.
connected to Wi-Fi.
Damn it. Okay. Turn Wi-Fi off.
Just turn all the things
I'm
off.
turning all of it off. This is important.
Yeah.
Last week, for context, Ethan and Zach, this is what I was getting at. I told everyone that it hasn't been a necessarily busy couple of weeks, but it's been very eventful.
Yes.
There's been a lot going on, and some big decisions were made, and particularly this last meeting we had over Zoom, I think.
Yeah.
We made a couple of big decisions that
Yeah.
we felt, it's better to be proactive and get ahead of things, and it's better to just announce stuff, let people know what's going on, and then so everybody can be prepared.
Yeah, these are decisions, like these are as big of decisions I feel like that we've made since like the beginning of Doom Productions. As doomed as it is now, this feels pretty big for us.
Yeah, it definitely feels big. It feels new and a little bit wild. Should we just say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So we Okay. Do you want to say it or should I say it? Or should Zach say it?
I'll say it.
Okay.
We're taking a step back for a little while from the YouTube space.
Not too long.
Not too long. We're going to be gone for a little over a month.
For the entire month of July,
Yeah.
we will be
Out of here.
radio silence from us.
Yeah.
We will not be posting podcasts. We will not be posting videos. We might be posting on social media.
Might hear a tweet or two from us.
Couple
a little
of
chat, or
tweets.
maybe pop into like a Twitter space.
Yeah.
Twitter space, yeah, that's very likely. Sorry, my notifications are going off the charts here.
No, it's all good. But yeah, we'll be going quiet. And that's very intentional.
It's intentional. It's something that, when we got into, it was new for us, this YouTube thing. Just posting things every single week and making videos and podcasts and stuff like that.
We've been doing it for like a year and a half now.
We've
regularly.
We've gotten into the practice of doing it every single week. And so this, taking a step back, felt very weird, and it was a big decision for us. And maybe you at home listening are just like, oh, I don't care. I just watch the movies. And to you, I say, that's fair too. That's fair enough.
You might be doing it the smart way.
Yeah. But for us, there's a reason that we're taking a step back from the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
And care to elaborate? I mean, obviously by this point, we kind of dropped a big preview this week.
Yeah, the fans got to see a trailer that was cut together for the Bell Rings. And it's actually the first trailer that was ever made for the Bell Rings. I made this trailer back in August, and it's pretty much gone unchanged, minus a couple shots here and there, just to show at the Folk Filmmaker Meetup in Chicago, just to show something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll change it, I'll make it better. But everyone was like, no, keep this trailer the way it is. So this is the trailer that I made almost a year ago. But yeah, so the main reason that I just thought it was a good idea for us to take a month off was so that the Bell Rings can get finished in a reasonable stretch of time.
Yeah.
It's been dragged on here. The fans have been waiting. Everyone every time they ask me any question about filmmaking,
I can
at
see
some
Ethan's
point,
heart just shriveling and shrinking in his eyes.
at some point, someone says the fateful words, "When is the Bell Rings coming out?" And I always feel horrible because I never have a good answer for them. Because usually the answer is, I have no idea. Or the even worse answer is I give a rough idea and then I'm dead wrong.
Yeah. But this is a set thing. I mean,
There are dates and calendars now.
we're not announcing the date today, but
No.
we know the date.
Yeah. No, we know when it's coming out. Just know that I'm taking each of us kind of have our reason for why this was a good idea.
Yeah.
My reason is the Bell Rings needs to get done. I want it out as soon as possible so everyone can enjoy it. I will say it's coming out this summer.
Yeah, it's
it's
we can
coming.
say the month, right?
August.
August.
It's coming out in August.
We're taking July off so we can spend, I mean, not all of it, but most of that time, a good healthy portion of that time, working on the Bell Rings.
Because the YouTube stuff, like none of the stuff we do is extraordinarily hard or difficult to make, but it does
No.
take a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's just a busy kind of work. And so to have that off your plate, and we'll be doing other stuff too. It's just it's too much to juggle and to get the
Yeah.
Bell Rings done in a reasonable amount of time. That's what I've kind of found. So
Yeah.
I want to take the time, do the movie right, not rush it out, but also like get it out at a reasonable stretch of time so that people can enjoy it. And I want it off my plate too.
Yeah.
No one wants to see that movie done more than me.
Yeah.
So let's get it out.
It's the ghost that's haunting your hard drive right now.
It really is.
Just sitting on there every time you go on the computer.
I need to clear up some hard drive space on my laptop. So
And
it'll be nice.
it's something that I feel like we can take a certain level of I don't know the right word, but it's like I feel like we've done a pretty good job being consistent with our uploads
Oh yeah.
for the last few years, and so we've gotten it to a point where our streamline or our I guess our process for making these videos is pretty,
We're good. For what we are, I think we're doing a really good job. For people who don't have full-time YouTube jobs
Yeah.
and are, we have other jobs on the side.
I'm not saying our videos are amazing, but I'm saying we are able to pump out these videos at a pretty good rate.
Yeah.
And it does take a couple of hours because, it's the coming up with a concept for the video, it's filming the video, it's editing the video, uploading the thumbnails, the tags.
Coming up with the concept takes the longest, it feels like nowadays.
It does, yeah. And it's a good couple hours. And, we figured, rather than take away a couple hours of our time, using those hours during July for YouTube, it would be better spent working on the creative projects that we're working on so that when we come back, we have a lot of fun stuff to show everyone. And so Bell Rings is just part of the news.
Yeah, that's just my corner of the arena. Then there's other stuff. Which is why Zach's here.
I mean, Zach, what else are we doing in July that would that YouTube would make it slightly difficult for us to work on? Something something with a lot of fans, something with a sequel, or that is a sequel, perhaps.
Well, yes. So we are going to be starting principal photography for Wild Boys 3 in like a little over 2 weeks, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, something
Wild
like
Boys
that.
3.
Yeah. So that's on its way.
Do we have the title?
We have a
We
title,
do
but
have
we
the
haven't,
title.
that's not public.
Is it set in stone, or no?
Is it? I don't.
I think it is.
I'm
I
down.
really like it.
Okay, let's share the title.
Zach.
So I may not remember completely.
I do.
But
Okay.
I think
All right, let's see if we can
Wild Boys 3, The Book of Bigfoot.
The Lost Book.
The Lost
of
Book of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. The
Yes.
Lost Book of
Okay.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
What that means, it's up for you to wonder and ponder and think about.
But Bigfoot's back.
Bigfoot's coming back.
We're cryptid hunting. There's-
hunting.
It's all, what all the fans want.
We got the shenanigans.
It's
We got the lore.
I can't
Yeah.
remember how much I talked about it in last week's episode, but this I mean, it's our biggest Wild Boys yet. There's
Oh, yeah.
so much in here. I also think it's going to be our funniest. Like, there's just some
So
great
good. Oh,
for
stuff we got
sure.
planned out. Some good appearances as well, which we will keep private for now. But yeah, that's something that takes quite a bit of time. You know, filming a movie, you know,
Yeah.
takes a lot. I mean, not just editing Bell Rings, but scoring it, sound mixing it, that,
Yeah.
shooting Wild Boys,
Editing, doing all that goes
editing,
into
all that kind of stuff.
Which is a very different beast. Wild Boys
Yeah.
is unlike anything else that we make.
Yeah.
It's very different. But I think it's our favorite to make. I don't know. This is a little anecdote. Zach and I were at a birthday party last weekend, and Zach was making a campfire, and he was over there, and I was like, I'm going to go help Zach. And very quickly it just devolved into in-character interactions from me. While Zach was just trying to make a fire, I was like, so Bigfoot, and just being not helpful at all. So I've been looking forward to this for a long time. That's all.
Yeah.
I think all of us have.
These characters live with us always.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
There's always a side.
Yeah.
Doom Productions wouldn't be the same without it.
And so Zach, when are we going to release Wild Boys? We don't have a date, but we know the month.
Yeah, so we're looking at a September release date.
Wait.
We're kind of working out the specifics.
So
But
are you telling me we're having an August release and a September release, 2 months in a row of major feature films from Doom Productions?
yes, sir.
Wow.
Well,
The deal keeps getting better.
well, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold up.
But wait, there's more.
But exactly, Zach. Yes, there's more. You might remember, listeners and viewers, last October we've been working on a movie called Two Little Ghosts, and every now and then I'll get questions like, "When is that movie coming out? I thought you were animating something." Blah blah blah. Two Little Ghosts. The movie we shot last October is coming out this October.
You're telling me there's 3 months in a row of Doom Productions feature films coming out?
It's an entire season right there. That's a season out of the month. Or
That's-
out of the year.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we're gone for a little bit for 1 month, but when we're back,
We're back.
we have Bell Rings in August, we have Wild Boys in September, and Two Little Ghosts in October.
Wow.
Yeah. And in between
And we
those
haven't even
films,
talked about Jordan's Superman movie. No, I'm kidding.
it's on the down low. And in between those features, obviously there'll be behind the scenes content. That'll
Yeah.
be podcasts and everything.
What happened, if anyone who's listening was around during the Video Carnage release that happened last year, or if you want to go back on our channel, it's pretty easy to see because it's just a fat chunk of Video Carnage behind the scenes. But that's what our plan is for when these movies come out, like to have that level of behind the scenes content available to you, the audience.
And I was even just editing some stuff for Two Little Ghosts behind the scenes for that right now.
Yeah.
Which is, again, another reason why taking a step back from YouTube we thought would be a good idea. So, you know, you think, you know, you put all this work into editing the movie, finishing the movie, whatever those projects are, and it's like, yeah, I'm done. Not if you have a YouTube channel.
No.
Because
So much.
there's so many videos you'd like, behind the scenes videos to make, you know, for your channel. There's lots of different making of, commentary, stuff like that. That's always good to have in the can for your channel when you're ready. And getting a head start on that this month, we thought would be just a good idea.
And it only
overall.
ups the quality of the stuff that we can produce
Yeah.
when we have more time to work on it.
And it kind of makes sense because, I mean, our most popular stuff is the
our features.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah.
Very rarely will a normal video of ours do really, really well. And
Unless it's about aspect ratio.
or Maya Deeren. And actually, let me just right now, real time, I'm just curious. Let's see
Where
what's
is that at?
our most viewed. I'm just sorting by most viewed. So our most viewed, yeah, aspect ratios 4:3 and 1:8:5. Oh, and the screenwriting one
Yeah, I noticed that. That's crazy.
and Maya Deeren. So yeah, every now and then we'll get a popular video, but our most popular stuff is our feature films, which is Wild Boys is at 6.8, Video Carnage 2.8, House 1.7, October 1.1, Oh Brother 1.1, Yeah, and you know what I just realized actually? Wild Boys, didn't that come out in September of last year?
Yeah.
September
Did it?
24th.
Oh my gosh! So 1 year.
1 year.
That's crazy. That was unplanned.
Yeah. No.
Not planned at all.
That
We
just-
didn't even know there was going to be a sequel, let alone multiple sequels, when we set out to start that.
We didn't know we were making a Wild Boys movies until very close to when that first movie was shot. That
Yeah.
was, yeah, that was what a funny little life trajectory change.
Yeah,
From like our just a random idea to like our most popular thing.
in full transparency, we have about, I'm not going to say how many, but we have more
have a
Wild
plan.
Boys adventures to come.
Oh yeah, we're getting started.
Yeah.
We're just beginning. There's some good stuff we got planned for those characters.
We're already talking. Yeah, like when we talk ideas, some of it's like, oh, this is like further in than where we're at.
We flat out we have a major arc planned
Yeah.
Yeah.
for later, and we also have the final one planned.
Oh yeah.
We know what the last Wild Boys movie will be.
It's hard to at this point. It's hard to go into a Wild Boys meeting without talking about the last movie in some way, shape, or form. Or there'll be jokes that's like, oh, this has to be completed here in the last movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of fun. And I mean, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves too, but we are considering there's a slight possibility we might start Wild Boys 4 this summer as well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which we haven't talked about too. We're just focusing on the first one for now.
The third. Yeah.
Or I guess the first of the next batch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's just lots of weird, fun coincidences that have been coming up this year around Wild Boys. That's like this just works out too well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're working on.
Yeah. This whole episode's like, what are you working on?
And that's
And it's exciting.
And that's not even including other projects. I mean, Ethan and I, we're working on a series of sorts with another filmmaker
Yeah.
in town, which that's not our project, so we're not going to, disclose anything.
Yeah. That'll
But-
just. You'll
That
It'll be around. You'll hear about it from us when it drops, maybe a little more. But
that does take up quite a bit of time. Or
Yeah.
that will take up quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
Ladonza, obviously, we're still shooting that.
yeah.
That's going to take up time.
And then once Bell Rings is done, I'm going to start writing my next feature film that I'm hoping will be shot. I'm not anticipating it starting production until next fall,
Yeah.
but that's my hope
Yeah.
at this point. But I'm going to take a full year to write the script and really flesh that one out. It's going to be probably, if I do it right, it'll be my biggest feature film. Like it'll totally eclipse Bell Rings.
Not to try to be cryptic here or whatever, but which is this one we've talked about?
Yeah.
Is it? How do I?
It involves our friend.
All of our movies involve our friends.
Yeah.
Is it the one that we talked about filming with JC?
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay, with our other friend.
Uh-huh.
So 2 friends.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited. I know that's
That
not,
one lives in my head a lot. I've had other movie ideas and scripts that I've considered. And there's like 3 that I have that have been in my head for a while that I know I want to write all of them. But that's the one that right now that like if I'm going to take a year to write a script, that's the script I want to spend the time on.
Yeah.
So and then shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah. So it's a lot going on.
Yeah. I know, it's exciting. Never a dull moment at Doom Productions.
And I don't, I would love to do, maybe there's a way we could do maybe a Twitter space in July. Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, like I said, Twitter is like a place that we're pretty active on. If not through the Doom Productions page directly, like our private pages. Like we're always kind of, I feel like, doing something on there. So
Yeah. Zach, are you on Twitter? not on
I
Twitter.
am not currently.
Okay.
I can be though.
It's a cesspool. Don't do it. No.
Yeah, no, that.
there's these Doom Productions idiots that are on there. Yeah.
It's something, I got it because I wanted to be a part of the Release the Snyder Cut
Oh, yeah.
conversation.
Same.
That's literally
Yeah.
the only reason I signed up for Twitter. And so my personal Twitter is just for like fandom, kind of like, DC, Marvel, Star Wars kind of
Yeah.
stuff. If you
The
follow
worst parts of Twitter.
Yeah, honestly.
if you follow if you know us from Doom Productions but you follow my personal account, don't expect to see a lot of filmmaking stuff on there. On my personal account anyway.
On my personal account, it's mostly photography or leaking information about Doom Productions projects.
That's true.
I leak my own stuff more than anyone else.
You know, you have. I'm not going to say. I will say, Ethan has been posting bell ring stuff,
I have. Yeah.
and no one has found it. And if you can find it,
It's not on Twitter, I'll say that, but there is a social media platform that I've secretly been posting loads of bell ring stills on.
like
And I
it's
will
on
continue
with
OnlyFans.
quotes
to.
from the movie too.
Yeah, or quotes, and if not quotes, like direct. They tell you what's happening. Like you can get a good idea what the first like third of the movie's like if you find this page.
Yeah. So, if anyone out there is like a good stalker or like good at finding out stuff,
If you find it, I will send you an early link to the bell rings.
Ooh, that's a good one. Actually, yes, contest right now. If you can
Yeah.
find Ethan's secret social media page and find his bell rings posts, like screenshot the
Just screenshot it and tweet it at me or something.
don't tweet. That's too public.
Oh,
We don't know
yeah,
everybody.
yeah. DM me
DM Ethan,
on whichever. You can contact our Doom page, wherever. We'll find it. We'll see it.
and you'll get an early cut. Or I mean, not an early cut, but
You'll
an
get
early
an early
screener.
link up to a couple of days probably before
Yeah.
the movie drops. Like
And that's another
I'll just
thing.
keep you posted.
And this is another thing too. We haven't talked about this. I feel like there's a real possibility since we're filming Wild Boys in July. It'll definitely be done by September.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a chance that we might be done early with all these movies. I mean, Doolittle Ghost, that is done.
It's done.
That's
It's been done for a while.
months. It's been done for a long time. I've been waiting for the right time to release it. So there's a strong chance. I mean, we have to figure out how. We might be throwing out early screeners of these movies to people somehow. Maybe it's a Patreon thing. Maybe we should start a Patreon. Maybe it's we hold some contests, social media kind of thing. But you know, if you want to follow us and stay tuned to all that, you know, follow us on Twitter. Obviously, Twitter's probably where we're most active.
That's where you probably get the most in-depth information about what's going on behind the scenes from us. Yeah.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter because there might be chances to see these movies early.
Yeah.
We're not sure. We haven't figured all the kinks out yet, but
Yeah. This is kind of us riffing at this point.
yeah, I know. Now
Could
this
do
is,
like a online screener with like a Q&A or something. I don't know.
that might be good.
Kind of
yeah,
fun.
yeah, like an exclusive.
Like a live,
Almost like a live
viewing.
stream, yeah.
Like what Zack Snyder did with all his like Vero stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a side note, but remember around the time Zach was doing all his live stream stuff for Justice League and
Zack
those coming
Snyder, not Zack.
out? Zach. So many other movie studios would do this live tweeting thing. I hated that.
Yeah.
It was never as good as just live streaming or like a
Yeah.
live commentary.
Yeah.
And that was a real pet. We don't see it as much now because we're out of the COVID thing somewhat a little bit more.
Yeah. It's a little less in demand.
But I was so confused at why everybody why tweet when you're watching a movie? Why not do a Twitter space?
Yeah, I can't think of composing a good tweet. It takes me forever. So
And
like,
so
why
you're
would I
just-
miss watching my show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. And to follow it, you'd have to like be on your phone and watching the movie. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense.
No.
But that's a great idea, Zach. Is like doing like some sort of Q&A thing.
Yeah, we've done commentaries, but never live commentaries.
Ooh, what if
that could-
what if this? Now this is none of this stuff is set in stone.
This is
right here.
speculation about us from us.
You know, and actually, this is help us decide because comment down below what you think we should do, and that'll help us decide what we will do.
Yeah.
What if we did like a special thing, like some sort of special contest in August, early August,
Yeah.
where it's like some sort of thing, like tweet us, like, like your favorite moment from one of our movies or something, or like share a movie, just share a movie, and we'll like enter a raffle, and we'll select like 10 people to get early links to all 3 movies, and like a special Zoom call with all of us.
That's big.
That's a high
That'd
value.
be good. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
That's
Yeah.
pretty neat. That's
I don't
fun.
know what the contest would be, but something
you-
like
do you remember-
sharing our movie.
Okay, this one's kind of random, and this might not be right for our audience. But do you remember? You guys, you know, the channel Corridor Digital. They, for a couple of years, were hosting a GIF competition
Yeah.
where it's just fans could submit GIFs from their videos, and they would like the best GIF would win.
Yeah.
And people would get super creative with it. I don't know if that's right for our audience. That was kind of perfect for them, but that was pretty fun.
I'd do a meme contest.
My
A
friend
meme contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fran on Fran.
Oh, yeah, I know Fran.
Fran. He's the GIF master in the DC fandom. He would
Yeah.
he'd do some good GIFs.
I have loads of Fran GIFs. I made one DC GIF during the Snyder Cut stuff during
Yeah.
Justice League because I wanted to be like Fran, but
He already had a monopoly on all.
yeah, I made one. I was like, I'm not topping this.
That's
I'm done.
side note. If you see a GIF from one of Zack Snyder's DC movies and it's like really good 4K quality floating around Twitter, Fran probably worked on it.
Yeah,
I think it's his Twitter page is like Daltier Fran.
I
Fran
don't.
something.
I can't remember.
I mean, I follow. I mean, we've been talking on
You're
Twitter.
actually friends with him.
Yeah,
I haven't chat with. I've never chatted with him. I just follow him and.
And it's like Twitter, like
Twitter friends.
I consider him like a good friend, but we haven't spoken. I mean, I messaged him happy birthday the other day, but it's not like we talk every day or like I'm like cool, being like, look how cool I am.
But you
like,
got on a Zack Snyder podcast with him at one point, right?
well, yeah, we were him and I and Josh Samuel, the three of us would like make videos and tweets and posts about the Snyder Cut way back in like. I want to say like 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
Like when we first met up online. And so we would like do videos and talk about it all the time. So we were in the trenches back in the day or whatever. It's like, even if we don't talk for months, it's still like, when veterans see each other, in public, they just, nod and or whatever.
It's good fighting with you.
a little-
Fighting the good fight.
Little poor comparison. It's probably an inappropriate comparison, but you know what I mean. It's like that brotherhood kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, GIF competition would be fun.
I like the meme competition. Honestly, I think
Yeah.
that's even better. Everyone knows memes. Everyone can make a good meme.
I think they're, I
Grandin
think
Films did that
there's
a
some-
while back.
there's some great memeable moments in our Wild Boys movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Wild Boys has some good memeable
Pretty
moments.
much anything I say.
Oh,
in those
Brother
movies.
has some funny memeable moments, I think, in it because it's like the duality of man kind of vibe to
The duality.
it. October might have some funny ones in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there might be some fun stuff out there.
Maybe a meme competition. Yeah.
Probably steal a frame or two from a Bell Rings trailer, or maybe
Yeah,
Video
you-
Carnage might have something. I
Or
don't know.
one of our other random videos.
Or
whatever.
manufacture your own. Steal, Photoshop it up. Go crazy. I don't care. The funnier, the better.
Or what if, here's another idea thrown out there. What if it was like a scene recreation competition? Where it's kind of like
okay, hold
homemade,
on.
Those budget,
Yeah.
like Toy Story trailer, but it's like done at home with real toys.
Yeah.
Or like the Jurassic World trailer, but it's like done at home or whatever. Like make like a budget Doom Productions like Scene or trailer or
Yeah.
something.
Oh my gosh.
That might be a little too much work though.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny. Comment down below. We're spitballing here.
Yeah.
We're just coming up with this on the spot. This was not something we discussed ahead of time. So what you guys tell us is going to help us out in
Yeah.
deciding what the heck we do. So if you're up for the challenge,
Yeah, let us know if any of these ideas are good or if you have better ideas that we might be able to test out.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's some good ideas.
So lots of
kinda fun.
potential. Yeah, we have time to think about it. We have
Yeah,
all of
we've got a while.
July to figure it out.
Got like a whole month.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, hey, like, it feels like we're gonna do it.
Oh yeah,
Like the three. I'm
yeah.
I
we're
tend
doing
to,
it.
yeah. I'm pretty sure. So if early first week of July or August, first week of August,
We'll have some.
we'll
Kind
do
of
like a
competition.
contest on the first, and maybe it'll go till like the 7th or,
7th.
or
A
something like
whole
that.
week,
And
yeah.
on the 7th, we'll like be like, here's the date where we're gonna screen or send you. How about it's a day? Like we just send them the movies to watch that day or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Depending on how things finish up and wrap up, we can do that.
Yeah, and then it's like Zoom call with us that
Yeah.
night or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
They'll at least be able to get like 2 out of the 3 movies early at the same time, and then maybe one will
Yeah.
come a little later.
Or maybe it's like a weekend thing where it's like we send them out Friday evening, and then you have all of Friday. You have Friday, Saturday to watch them, and then Sunday we have the Zoom or whatever.
Yeah, we'll figure out the details.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We don't get too caught up on the details here at Doom Productions.
No,
make it
no.
work.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, yeah, and just putting it out there because we've had other ideas for contests too, and like
Yeah.
giveaways and stuff, but we're just so busy during the year that we haven't done it. But this one, the seal is
This
like
one's feasible.
very feasible. So, yeah, stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter and all that.
Yeah. Well, that was the big announcement.
That's the big announcement.
Wow.
Are there any other things that you guys want to share, have on your minds about whether it be Bell Rings, Two Little Ghosts, Wild Boys 3, any contest or whatever?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on any of that?
I don't think so. I don't know, Zach, do you?
Nothing that I can think of. I mean, I'm going to be working on another project this summer. You might see
Can we talk a little bit about that? I
can.
mean, you
I think
share
so.
what you want to share. We
Okay.
won't
All right.
we won't spoil anything, but talk about that one.
But the ending, I mean, it's just
It's it's a little ambitious, but we're gonna do it this summer after we finish Wild Boys 3. It's not related to Wild Boys 3 in any way. It might have a little bit of that comedy, but it's gonna be a little more horror-y, kind of sci-fi. Little bit of that stuff, but
so this is a whole new Zach Hendricks franchise that's coming out here.
It's an original film.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's an original film.
It'll be. I mean, we
It's-
don't know when it will be done.
We don't know. It's gonna be a pretty hefty project, though.
Yeah, and
It might be our longest movie.
might be our longest. We're determined to get it done, but at this point, there is a time crunch, and we're. It's a little bit laying the tracks down as the train's coming, so to
Yeah.
speak. It's a little bit like that,
Yeah.
and we're gonna make something of it.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not just gonna, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
But that one's yeah.
that's big.
I want
It's
to
pretty
talk.
cool.
I want to talk about it, and we've been wanting to talk about this one, but we're taking cues from Zach on when because that's your project, and it's what we should when it's what the director says to when we share stuff. But
Yeah,
I think after we come back after July, we can talk about it a little bit.
that's a
more.
good point. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Because
push
by
it behind
then
the
we'll have
scenes.
more
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
you'll get a feel for what it's going to be and where it's going. Then we'll play it close to the chest for now.
Yeah, and that's kind of what our I guess August through October look like.
Yeah,
What November and December look like, I mean, we don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll be back in the YouTube stuff by then.
you'll hear more from us. We'll be able to spill more beans then.
Yeah. Anyways, but that's our big news. Everything that's going on with us. Gee, what else to say on that?
I don't think there anything is more to say.
Yeah.
But we can dial it back here and chill out. That was a high intensity discussion.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Lot to discuss, but since that kind of already covers the "What are you working on" segment, how about we just talk about what we've been watching?
Yeah, that's
Just go into our
Yes.
what have you been watching,
Yeah.
just to chill out
Yeah, for the next, however
5
long.
minutes or whatever.
30, well, I don't know how long
Yeah,
this
I
will
don't
be.
know.
We get on lots of tangents when we start talking about movies. So maybe we can
good at it.
we can allow a couple of these tangents to get through.
I'll start.
Yeah, you go.
So, I had COVID, and that's why I was gone from the podcast. And I was telling Jordan this. I wasn't able to watch infinite movies. I had migraines for quite a bit, so screen time was kind of like hit or miss. But I definitely made the decision that I was going to watch some movies to catch up because I hadn't really had time to watch any movies during the school year with work and everything. So I finally had time to watch some stuff, and so I was telling Jordan, like, wow, I really watched so many movies during COVID. Like, it was incredible how much I was able to watch.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me pull out my Letterboxd here and show you all the things I've been watching. I realized I only watched 3 movies during COVID. And granted, there were some TV shows in the mix. I watched some Clone Wars and some other stuff, but yeah, I didn't watch nearly as many movies as I felt like I watched. And I just realized I'm that deprived of watching movies that 3 movies felt like 20. Like, it felt like so many. So,
But what were the movies?
yeah, first one I watched, because I was trying to clear some things off my I need to watch this list. First one I watched was the 1976 movie Carrie.
Oh yeah, I gave you the
the
VHS.
VHS.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't actually watch it on the VHS. I watched it on like
Blasphemy.
HBO.
Blasphemy.
No.
I know, I'm sorry.
okay.
So I'll bring that back to you next time I'm over here. But very cool movie. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Great horror, great action, fun stuff. Just great movie. Have you seen that movie?
I have not. I've heard a lot of good things about it, though.
I recommend it. I haven't seen the new version. I haven't seen the remake, but I want to watch that next.
Have you read the book?
No. I've actually never read a Stephen King book.
Oh, you'd love him.
I know.
He's right up your alley.
I know, and I
Yeah.
haven't gotten around to it
You gotta read. Which one would you like the most?
because I'd love to read The Shining and Doctor Sleep, but I'm gonna watch those coming up here, so I might not have time.
It's a dense one, but I
Yeah.
think you'd love The Stand if you can get into that. It's
I
a
haven't
big,
read
it's a
that.
long
Yeah, no,
book.
that's
though.
I've seen The Stand at like Powell's.
Shining's. You can't go wrong with The Shining though. I'd say read that one.
That one's good. It's different than the movie though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm aware of that.
Very different.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else. He's also a really good short story writer too.
I've
He's
heard
got
that.
some good short story compilations.
I'm into that. I mean, I love reading like the H.P. Lovecraft short stories and stuff. So I'm
Yeah,
totally down for a good short.
yeah, You gotta read some King.
I know.
Gotta read
It's
some
in my
King.
list.
He's good.
But anyways, the next thing I watched after that was Shang-Chi and the
Yeah.
Legend,
Oh, I've
Legend
been
of the
trying
Ten
to get you to
Rings.
watch that for
Yeah.
Yes.
months.
I know. So I was like, I owe this to Jordan. This was pretty much me like clearing off things off Jordan's watch list again. Felt like high school all over again when Jordan
Yeah.
would bring me a bag of movies to watch after like school.
Those were the good days.
like a,
No, literally.
like a paper bag
a Winco
filled.
paper bag filled to the brim with just DVD. Like, watch this.
That was what got me into movies. Like when
Oh,
I say
that's
Jordan got
great.
me into movies, he got me into movies. Otherwise, I just watched Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, which was a great place to start. But I had my eyes opened after that. And that was again fantastic. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like I mean, we've talked about this before a little bit, but like there's definitely some Marvel burnout that we've experienced. I think a lot of people get it, like that's just a thing where it's just so much of it, so much to keep up with, and so I kind of fell out for a little while. But coming back and watching that's like, wow, this is what like I want more of this. This like very like director driven, but I don't know, it just hit all the right notes for me. It was really fun. The characters are great. Acting was phenomenal. I know nothing about like the comic or any of that, so I can't speak to it on that level, but just all the stuff hit the right notes for me. I really enjoyed it. Visually perfect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one I watched was Primer from 2004. Shane Carruth.
Yes.
That movie I did not understand, and so a part of that might
What are
have
you,
been
an idiot? No, I'm joking.
part of that might have been because I watched like a 240p version of it on YouTube, and so it was really hard to see some of the scenes.
Well,
And also, I was tired.
it's also known for being like one of the most confusing movies of
Yeah.
all time.
So what I did was I watched the movie and then immediately went to the YouTube search bar and looked up explanation of Primer. And I watched like a drawn out diagram video that was like 20 minutes long explaining the movie. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Did it clear it up?
They cleared it up.
That's good. That's good.
So, but it was a very cool movie. I'm sure it would have been even better if I'd watched it at like a decent resolution.
1080 at least. Yeah, good. Yeah, I like Primer a lot.
But it was cool. It was, if you're a sci-fi person, particularly a time travel person, like check it out.
Yeah.
Worth your time. Shane Carruth makes cool stuff. Not for everyone, but it's cool stuff. Upstream Color is another really great movie of his. Remember you showing me that one?
Are you up to date with what's been going on with Shane Carruth?
No.
Ooh, this is a big rabbit hole.
Tell me it after, because I don't want to take up any more time on
Yeah,
people's movies.
it's. I'll say it's very sad news what's been going on in his life and everything. Because look,
I'm going on Google. Hold on. You guys can keep talking. I might be quiet for a second here.
it seems like he's done some very questionable and morally reprehensible things. So, which is a shame because I love Upstream Color is one of my all-time favorites.
Oh,
But
no.
yeah, it's kind of a disappointment. Oh well.
Well, Topiary wasn't happening anyway, so I guess we didn't miss
No,
out.
that was gone. That was dead a long time ago. Modern Ocean was the one he almost got made.
Okay,
but
that's the one, Modern Ocean.
yeah. Why do creatives have to
Be terrible.
do bad things? Like, can't you? Yeah. Oh well. Oh well.
Next.
Yeah. Next, Zach, what have you been watching?
Oh, I have not been watching very many movies, which has been kind of surprising. But I've been working a lot on a script, so
That's right answer.
yeah.
That
Zach's
was
the
a
best
test,
of us.
and you passed.
I've been doing a lot more TV shows though, so
Yeah.
finished up Kenobi. And
We haven't talked
have been
about this in
doing
person.
more.
No, we
We have
haven't.
not. We literally just had like a 20-minute text stream last night.
This is a dangerous territory to get into.
Don't you
Yeah.
dare bring up Star Wars when we have
we
this
will,
little time
we will
left.
both gain and lose followers.
Okay, just share your try to as brief as you can. 'Cause I know.
Okay,
Because even if we try to go brief, it'll go long.
Yeah.
So if we try to
Yeah.
keep it brief,
Star Wars brief is not
Okay.
normal brief.
Yeah.
no.
I will say,
What are your thoughts on Kenobi?
for the most part, and I say that in like most as in like the majority, not like vast majority, but the majority of it, I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I think there was a fair bit of meh that it could have done better on. I will leave it at that. But overall, it was really enjoyable to see those actors back in their roles. And not just Hayden and Ewan, but like all your other side characters that are coming back for that as well. And just getting to see kind of bits and pieces of some good old Star Wars, and really helping tie prequels and the original trilogy together, particularly with character arcs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Adding just a wee bit more connective tissue that's really fun. But yeah, I won't spoil anything in case people aren't caught up.
Good,
But
good call. I get. Well, by this comes out, it'll be 2 weeks.
I will
That's
say,
fair. Yeah.
if you care about spoilers, but Baru Gang, I mean,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uncle Owen and
and
Beru.
Baru, man, they're the characters I didn't know I needed.
Yeah.
So great,
Yeah.
and they were great, very cool. I'm not gonna say anything more, but it was great.
What I'll say, because this goes back to one of our other episodes. I don't know, Zach, were you there? We did a Star Wars episode. Were you there for that? Was that before
Maybe.
you came back from college?
That was before. That was just us.
Oh, because that was a May 4th that week. Okay.
Have I not seen this podcast? Oh no.
You got to go back and listen.
I
do
gotta
some
go
homework.
Back. It's Star Wars.
It's
I gotta
our
go back and
most
see it.
extra thumbnail I think I've ever made,
I do think it's our best podcast episode ever.
and I think it's probably one of our worst performing.
I don't care. I still love it.
I mean, it's Star Wars. It's. Well, wait, no, that wouldn't make sense.
What I'll say is, in that podcast, we kind of try to break down what makes Star Wars, what makes it unique.
Okay.
To us specifically.
To
Yeah.
us, what we thought of Star Wars, and something we were talking about. I guess that we. Well, actually, here's here's a quick sidebar because we didn't bring this up.
No.
After we record this, we're like, man, we got everything. I think we listed everything that makes Star Wars, but we forgot to mention
Yes.
was the new locations, new planets, new aliens, new technology
yeah.
within the world of Star Wars.
Yeah, always something new to see.
And that's been killing us for the last couple weeks. So it's been that's, or I guess months or whatever since we last recorded it. So just to clear the air there. But something we talked about was like what makes the cinematography Star Wars. And we kind of were at a place where I think we decided like it's traditionally shot like classical Hollywood coverage with very smooth camera movements and camera angles and using dollies and tracks and stuff like that. Like that's what when we think of Star Wars cinematography, that's what we think of when we think of Star Wars cinematography. But we left wiggle room because there's cases when Lucas would deviate from that.
Yeah.
In like episode 2 or in bits of episode 3 where there's a lot more kinetic handheld movement and stuff like that. That was pretty I mean, that's kind of where we left it from my memory.
Yeah, more or less.
Kenobi, which I thought was, I mean, I overall, I really enjoyed Kenobi actually.
Yeah, I really like it.
But I thought the camera work in Kenobi, particularly in some of the later episodes, didn't feel like Star Wars because there was so much shaky handheld camera.
It felt like
movement.
Rogue One a little bit.
It felt a lot more
Yeah.
like Rogue One, and it's it didn't feel like Star Wars because it was so much shaky handheld camera movement within the lightsaber fights
Yeah,
exclusively. So you
And I
couldn't.
mean, we saw more of that with Mandalorian season 2 with Ahsoka and with Moff Gideon and stuff like that. Some of that was a little different. Not necessarily that it was bad cinematography. It just wasn't.
It was different.
It wasn't typical Star Wars.
Typical Star Wars.
And for me, when I was watching Kenobi, I was thinking, this is really, if George Lucas had shot this, he definitely would have stuck it on the tripod. He would have had smoother dolling shots. And that's not like, that means it's the only good way to do it, or the only right way. But when I saw it, I was like, this doesn't feel like Star Wars. And again, not in a bad way or anything.
Yeah.
But it made me remind me of that conversation. If you want more context of what we mean by something feels or doesn't feel like Star Wars, go listen to that other podcast, because I'm not going to jump into that here.
No.
But
I'm holding back here.
that was a thought I had when watching the final fight. I was like, this is an awesome duel, really engaging duel, but the camera work is not
very different.
Is not Star Wars. But that's not a bad thing, because Lucas even deviated from what is Star Wars and what's not Star Wars.
Yeah.
The other thing is the music too. The music
was very different until the last episode. Then the last episode really felt like Star Wars score, and that really I really appreciate it. Though I really wish they did a reprisal of Battle of the Heroes for that. That would have been cool.
That was another thing of like what does feel Star Wars and what doesn't feel Star Wars, and it's hard to articulate. And just to say quickly, the first 5 episodes of Kenobi that music doesn't feel like Star Wars, except for Kenobi's main theme.
Yes, because it's John Williams.
Because it's John Williams.
But nothing against Natalie Holt, though, because her Loki score is incredible.
Not at all. But in the last episode, that's when the music, that felt more like Star Wars music, because you got a little bit more of the, of course, orchestral sound, a little more motifs and melodies in there.
A bit more grand.
Again, for not condoning or condemning, that's the effect that I think, that's what Star Wars, I think, is to us, or what we think of when we think of Star Wars. And that's, Kenobi's relationship to it with regards to the music and the cinematography. But I really enjoyed the show. We were texting, I really want a season 2.
Oh, yeah. I'd be down as long as they have a good story for it.
No, I think you were saying, we talked about this yesterday, and you were saying exactly what I was thinking. I wasn't in your guys' text thread that much because I was watching Miss Marvel, and so I was being distracted.
I still need to watch the most recent episode.
But seeing if Obi-Wan goes on the same adventure that Yoda does in the end of season 6 of Clone Wars and discovers more with the Wills, that'd be really cool. And just go crazy with it.
That would free them up to do so much crazy ideas that it's not like, it's all dream sequences.
Yeah,
like it doesn't have
real.
to be real. So you could have like scenes where it's Ewan and Hayden hanging out with Ahsoka or whatever,
with Leia and Luke.
It's like a dream. Yeah, you could have a sequence where he's like imagining if Padme was still alive and Anakin didn't turn, and he's like dreaming. That'd be awesome. But
you can go back into the Clone Wars wherever you want and see any flashback you want.
You could flash forward too.
Oh yeah,
which would be cool. But yeah, I would love to see a season 2.
If they did that would totally win me over. But I'd be curious to see if there are other stories they come up with. But I'm down for season 2.
But Kenobi was good stuff. Good stuff.
We really handled that quickly. Didn't take up any time at all.
I know. How long was that?
I don't know.
Maybe like 8 minutes, I would guess, something like that.
Yeah,
it's pretty good time for us.
For us, that's really good because we can go an hour.
I could keep going more.
It's easy.
But anyways, I think the only thing that it's similar to Zach. I've just been watching a lot of TV shows, but I've been watching Kenobi, but also Ms. Marvel. I've been really loving Ms. Marvel.
Ms. Marvel really exceeded my expectations in a lot of ways, and has really made me happy. So
that's just watch the first episode and the camera work, the colors, the way they use graphic texts and animation within the show. It's just super creative. Like you can't see that and not be somewhat like inspired creatively to like create.
And it's a wonderful representation of the comics without like the hokey like Benjamin Franklin chicken stuff.
I've never read the comics.
I haven't finished it. I read it a while back. I
remember when it came out.
The villain was Benjamin Franklin's mind inside the body of a giant chicken. It was interesting to say the least.
That sounds amazing, actually.
But they really nailed the casting for Kamala Khan. They did a really
She's
good
really
job.
good.
And I think she'll definitely bring a lot of viewers to the Marvels when that comes out next year. just because that part of the franchise has been a little bit divisive. But
well, I would love. I can't wait to, because with all these new characters they're introducing, I can't wait to see these guys all come together. So like Ms. Marvel, Shang-Chi, and his and Aquafina. What's her
Awesina's
face
awesome.
from Doctor Strange? America
Chavez.
Chavez. Seeing like a young kid Avengers would be that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, because that's something we haven't gotten yet.
Yeah.
Well,
something that's
it
really
looks
big
like
in
we're
the
headed
cartoons.
towards Young Avengers because I mean we already have Wiccan and Speed
Oh, and Kate Bishop from
and Kate
Hawkeye.
Bishop and what's his face from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Isaiah Bradley's grandson.
I didn't watch Winter Soldier and Falcon. No, whatever it was called. I
It's
didn't see
probably
that
the,
show.
The,
that one too.
the least good show.
Okay.
In my opinion. Don't at me.
They can't. You don't have Twitter.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, we were just talking to the RC Film boys about this the other night, or I said I don't want to speak for them, so correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, but they were talking a little bit how they've been feeling a little bit of the Marvel burnout recently. But they used to be really into it. I kind of feel like, and I think you can relate to an extent too, we have the opposite thing where we were burnt out way sooner. Like we were not connecting with the Marvel movies for a really
But we
long
had
time.
something else to connect with, and I think that's the difference now.
Yeah.
So we were really big into the DC side, what they were doing over there, and that was kind of in a different space at the time. So
Yeah.
But now, after like Shang-Chi and Ms. Marvel and a couple other stuff, now Ethan and I have come back around, and now we're kind of way more on the.
I'm curious to see what they do next.
Yeah,
I
like,
want to know.
I'm like
in.
I want to see.
I
the
already
next
know
thing.
what they're doing, but I'm not going to spoil it for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't read the comics very much. Like I just it was never really my thing.
Yeah.
So there's so much stuff like even in Miss Marvel last night, I'm like Googling stuff and I'm like, what is this? Like where's
Yeah,
Pakistan. That's a made-up country. Oh no! No, I'm joking.
what is this mystical world they talk of? India, I've never heard of this place. No.
Yeah.
No, and it's been really cool. I mean, what's nice is like, I don't know what's happening. So I'm watching it, I'm
that'll
like,
be
I
really
think this is
cool.
happening. I think this is happening. But I'm the perfect audience member where I'm interested in comic book stuff, but I have no idea what's going on. So Marvel, like, I'm probably a target demographic in their mind of like,
I will say
Reel 'em
for the
in.
viewers who have read comics, Secret Wars is coming.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
you should be very excited.
That hasn't been a secret to me. I've heard that before,
Good.
but I think it's probably from me mostly.
Yeah. I know. I've been talking about it for like 3 or 4 years.
But what that actually means,
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, who's to say? I also heard this is another sign. I heard that because they're reviving the animated X-Men series.
Yeah.
They
I
are?
heard that's going to be folded into the MCU canon.
That's what I've
is
heard
what-
as well. I don't know
Interesting.
how reliable it is though, but we shall see.
We'll see. We'll see.
Like,
Because
the
they
OG
did
90s
label
show?
they labeled Charles Xavier's theme in Multiverse of Madness
yeah.
as the X-Men 97 theme, not as the X-Men animated series or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's the same theme, but it's like they're referencing it as from the new show.
Yeah.
So
huh?
yeah, you need to watch that movie.
I know it's on Disney Plus now. So
Yeah.
I, have no
I just
excuse.
rewatched it last night while I was drying and stuff. It was.
I want to watch.
I might watch it.
Watch the well.
They did the IMAX enhanced.
They do?
I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
that
that
version.
is that the better version?
I saw it.
Well, we
Opening
gotta
night
watch
in
both,
IMAX,
'cause,
and it
we're
was
aspect
so
ratio.
good.
That's true. But if I'm going to choose one, I'm usually
Yeah.
going to go 4:3.
I don't think they have letterbox version.
Oh,
Yeah,
IMAX. But isn't IMAX just like taller? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's not 4:3.
But it's not
though.
4:3. Ah,
It's
close.
it's
No,
one
it's-
1.9
Yeah.
to 1.
I'm really bad at my aspect ratio numbers for someone who's made a bunch of videos on aspect ratio.
Well,
Feel
okay,
bad.
so 1.8, right?
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
1.8.
Yeah.
1.9 is just a little bit taller.
Oh, okay.
So there's still tiny little black bars at the bottom of your thing,
But not as much.
But it's in the, yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, that's their IMAX aspect ratio.
But
And
what
it's fun.
But what if they did release a 4:3 version of Multiverse?
That'd be kind of the open gate version where it's just like
Yeah,
that's the film. I mean, they're not shooting on film anymore.
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
What was the last MCU movie they shot on film? I wonder.
Because Iron Man was shot on film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Captain America was that was shot on film?
I have to look it up. I'm pretty sure
Such an uninteresting
Avenger-
topic to
we
most
have
of our
we have
listeners.
2012
absolutely
Avengers was.
fallen
I'm
off.
sure it was digital.
Last MCU
yeah.
movie shot on film, and there's no answer. Hold on.
No. It's got to be somewhere. It was probably like. Thor probably was. Right?
I do like Thor. It's a good movie.
It's hard to say because you would think that a big event movie like Avengers Endgame or Infinity War would have been shot on film, but there's Marvel's such a machine now. I
Yeah,
don't
No,
see
those
that.
were digital.
They don't need it.
That's got to be digital.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, let's see. I was gonna be like, how do we make this into a contest? But no. I would guess like Avengers. I would guess something around Avengers time.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, I was
nothing
gonna guess-
past it.
Captain America: The First Avenger. That's what
Maybe Winter Soldier. Maybe
Winter
something. Maybe
Soldier?
something from Phase 2. I don't think anything past Phase 2 was
Oh
shot.
no, probably not.
I'd be kind of curious to see if like something like Ultron was shot on film. I don't think so. Though.
I don't think so.
That's a really much visually more striking movie than the first Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it might
I
have
think
been
of the
film.
trailers for that one are very. That one had one of the most standout trailers of any
Oh, yeah.
Marvel movie.
No, that trailer broke records back in the day.
Yeah. No, that's the one. When I think of Avengers, like the older Avengers, my mind goes
Yeah.
to Age of Ultron before it goes to the first
That-
Avengers.
That trailer was epic.
Yeah. It was very cool.
Yeah.
That's a movie I'd like to go back and rewatch.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I mean, I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I saw it out of theaters.
Oh, really?
I don't think I did.
Wow.
How many times have you two watched the whole MC? So you've never just gone through
I've
and
never
rewatched all
gone
of the
through and
MCU?
rewatched. I've picked.
I've gone through from start to beginning full on like twice.
Yeah.
I want to do it more often, but it's just a time commitment.
I
But
did it
I've
in early
definitely
COVID.
seen every single movie. I think the one I've watched the least is probably Thor: The Dark World.
The one I've watched the least is Ant-Man and the Wasp because I haven't seen it at all.
Oh.
That's technically true, yes.
And I've seen Thor: The Dark World 2 times, I think. Maybe 3.
I remember.
But everything else I've seen Hulk 4 times. Oh gosh. Which one have I seen the most? That's the question. I watch them a lot. It's unhealthy.
I know.
It's an addiction. I need help.
Yeah.
I've seen them all the way through. I think at least twice because the first time and this is like current from when they were current at the time, because the first time was like leading up to
How dare
Infinity War. I rewatched it, and then the second time was early pandemic, COVID or whatever.
I lied. I've only seen Eternals once.
Oh, okay.
That's a newer one.
You
Yeah.
failed. You failed.
I
Zach.
failed.
Feige's gonna come into your room and he's gonna drag you off to the ocean and just attach you to concrete bricks. Just drop. This is getting really specific. I don't know where I'm going with that.
And Kevin's listening like,
Kevin's
oh my
not
gosh,
happy
he knows.
with you. That's
Kevin.
Kevin Feige, if you're listening, feel free to drop a comment down below.
Please hire
us. That'd be
Please. That would be wonderful.
Hey.
We could
Let us do a
cool. Okay,
doctor-
real last question before we close tonight. If you had to direct a movie in the MCU, like not
character.
it has to be set in the MCU.
Okay. As it stands now.
that
like,
hasn't
as it stands now.
hasn't been made yet.
That hasn't been made. Well, it could have been made yet.
Okay.
But like you'd make a sequel to it or whatever.
Okay.
But it has to fit within the MCU going forward. So we're in phase 4 now. So let's say it's in phase 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever.
Okay.
You pick a MCU movie to do. What would you do?
I do a Fantastic Four movie.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Move over, John Watts. Or whoever is directing that
No,
one. I
he
can't
stepped
remember.
down.
Oh, he stepped
we,
down.
We don't know who's doing it yet.
John Krasinski, I heard.
It'll be me.
Maybe.
It'll be me.
It'll be Ethan Hansen, yeah.
Who? I have a few X-Men movie ideas. I don't know if they'd fit into the grander scheme. I would have said a Thor movie that,
Thor would be fun.
but they've kind of taken the storylines I would have wanted to use for Thor: Love and Thunder, which I am both excited and concerned about.
We'll see.
But I really enjoyed the story arcs that they're pulling from, and I really think War of the Realms, that comic series, had a lot of cinematic potential that could be used in that regard. So those are fun. But yeah, a fun X-Men movie, Thor movie. Yeah. Or a Wolverine movie. I have a Wolverine prequel movie idea that's like set in the Vietnam War, but like dealing with the hand and like linking in like the old Iron Fist from like that was like set back in the 40s or whatever, but like linking him to the Vietnam War, and having him as like a side character that could have been interesting.
Yeah.
But like Wolverine in the hand and
Wolverine, you can't go wrong with. It's a good character.
Stuff. I mean, one that I would love to do is like a Doctor Doom movie, but it's like it's like it's a Fantastic Four movie, but it's really Doctor Doom movie.
Yeah.
But so kind of like Avengers: Infinity War then.
Kind of a little bit. I mean, I'd compare it more to like something like Watchmen, where it's like
okay,
it's like this already happened, but where it's like a reporter goes into Latveria and is like interviewing, and it kind of flashes back to like the 60s when Doctor Doom is like going to university with the Fantastic Four, and it's like his life story, but just like through like flashbacks in the 60s, and then his rise and his takeover over Latveria, or where is it? Latveria,
Latveria,
right? Latveria, yeah. Where it's just like it's got Pink Floyd music the whole time. It's got like super like psychedelic and stuff.
Super cool.
They wouldn't let me do that, but
go the Noah Hawley route.
So I'd just say an X-Men because I love the X-Men. There's so much characters you could play with.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, if you stuck with us this whole time,
what a weird podcast episode.
Thank you. I figure you're not going to be hearing from us for a while, so you might as well
That was just a conversation. I think we forgot the podcast.
I know. So, I mean, just to recap really quick, everyone who's listening, no new podcast, no videos for the entire month of July.
And a little bit
You'll hear
August,
from us.
yeah.
You'll hear from us in August at some point.
Yeah.
If you want to stay up to date with us, follow us on Twitter. But also tell your friends about our channel and subscribe and watch some of our other videos. We have a huge back catalog, so if you haven't seen any videos, now would be a great chance to go back and take a look at some of our old movies, some of our old videos, some of our short films.
Yeah.
Ethan just did a video last week about
the briefcase,
which is a great old one.
That's a movie if you listen to that episode, I joke around about making that movie into a feature film someday.
Yeah.
Maybe someday I'll do it.
That'd be a good one. It'd be a very doable one too.
Oh yeah.
But we appreciate everyone supporting and listening to us. It means the world to us. So drop a comment down below, like and share our stuff, and
comment about specifically a contest.
Yeah.
That contest idea. We need ideas. So please drop a comment.
But thank you so much, everybody, and we will see you at some point in August.